Hi, guys. Good afternoon. Wherever you are, good evening, good night. All is good. And welcome to Sharon Review. So, we are at Dave's house right here. And Amber is really checking, telling, "Noon." Wherever you are, good evening, good night. All is good. And welcome to Sharon Review. So, we are at Dave's house right here. And Amber is really, she is venting to her man, Dave. Amber has a husband named Anthony, and they're going through a divorce. And before we get into the meat of the matter, Amber is legally separated from Anthony. So if she is legally separated from Anthony, Amber should not care one iota if Anthony finds out or not because she is legally separated. Don't you agree? Anyway, I do not know why she getting upset over the fact Amber make her bed. Remember we all says Amber make her bed. If she do this, she makes it, she lie in it. Honestly, guys, this thing I see can go any direction, any direction. Amber likes to complain about what Anthony does, and Anthony likes to complain about what Amber does. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Amber makes her bed. Now she have to lie in it. I tell you guys, we're gonna need some to all it looking. To all it's I do not know if they deliberate let it looking that way, guys, but to all it's looking like they're calling her a gold digger. You know what I mean? And as Ben says, Amber didn't satisfy with one scoop. Now she have to get the second scoop. Right? So Amber, to all the writers show the thing, is like Amber saw Dave and she says, wow, the grass is actually greener on the other side. Dave said to her, the grass is not always greener on the other side. So remember, those are nuggets, guys. Those are nuggets. And then Amber, 2 days later, she asked for a divorce to get her legal separation. She and the man doing exercise. The man, she squat and she touch it. And then game over. She was talking to Ernestine about dark chocolate, and then she cut off Anthony from that, and then so Amber execute a plan. I'm just bear with me, guys. Don't come for me. Just bear with me. Just look how the writers set it up. They set it up like says Amber is a gold digger. She don't want Anthony, so she go for Dave. What if says that it goes like this, that Anthony and Amber is actually divorced. And then say for instance, Dave wants to marry her. Dave will definitely let Amber sign a prenuptial agreement. Anthony was a fool for not having a prenuptial because you know why, guys? Anthony didn't have any money. And he couldn't show his bank statement because there was no money in there. He may have asset because he's a businessman. He's never, they always have money as well. He'll also said that Anthony, but piggyback on that, I tell you now, you're right, Eslin, Anthony is a ghostwriter for the KW. That we're just saying that we don't know for sure, but we think he's a ghostwriter. I totally agree with you, Eslin. Yes, back to the conversation at hand here. So, how they write it, and I do not like how they're writing it, it will make people that who doesn't know the backstory will assume Amber is a gold digger. You understand? But if Amber was a gold digger, when Anthony went broke, Amber would have walked away. Coco says, if Amber stays with you, that means she loved you for you. She's not staying for the money. And just like what you see King is doing with Delicia, he's not telling Delicia that he has money. But that I wouldn't be surprised if that Rolls Royce that come and pick her up and that driver is his driver. And that is his Rolls. And even the boat is his. I don't think his experience, I think those belongs to him. But the question he asked Delicia was, why you're dealing with your friend, man? Why you're in that situation? The writers put Amber in a way to let Amber appear to the public that doesn't know Amber. will think that she is a gold digger. Mr. This girl here, Amber, she takes a lot of losses. And who is not familiar with the story? I know I have some new people that come into our chat or subscribe to the channel. I'm not sure if you guys subscribe, but I noticed we have some new people in the chat. Welcome to Sharon Review channel, guys. And a lot of you guys doesn't know that Amber came into that marriage with her own money. And Anthony, they're both lies. Amber cheated coming into the marriage. The morning of the wedding, she get up out of another man bed and married Anthony. And then 3 weeks later, after the wedding, her best friend essayed Anthony. It's just keeping you guys up to speed. All right. So let's jump into this. We're at the rounding. He doesn't know that Melissa, his assistant, is in love with him for 10 years. I think they have a situationship going on whenever she runs off his girlfriends. I think she did. And he thinks that they're this horrible person because she wants him. Let's see. I'm dying to see her activated for real. I want to see the extent of her crazy. I think I'm actually looking forward to that part of Melissa. Okay, so let's get back to Amber here. So Amber is getting upset at Melissa for outing her to her sister. But at the end of the day, if you need an outlet to vent, you would actually go see your family member or your best friend. So Amber has to understand that part. But Amber did this to herself. We say it together. Amber did this to herself. So Amber has to face the consequences of her own action. I wonder if this is what Wayne meant when he says, Amber, there is consequence to every action. Well then, guys, let me just jump back in and here. To Anthony at a platter. I'm so sorry, Amber. I have to disagree with you. You did serve it to him on a platter. And trust me, Danielle told Ben, and she promised you that she would not tell Ben. Yep. And she doesn't tell lies. So, of course, when Ben asks her, she tells him, And then, you know what she did? She tries to defend your honor, Amber. She says, at least you start dealing with Dave after you file. So you are legally separated. So she said, at least you have your back there. She says she's a good friend. And she tell her husband not to tell Anthony. Well, Ben says, let me tell you from now, Amber, is that Ben is going to tell Anthony. And you just serve it to him on a platter with meat, potato, and coleslaw, or maybe some nice green salad. Oh boy, Amber, I can't feel sorry for you at this point. We tell you not to do it. I didn't even know you were going to do it. No, yes, I did know you were going to do it. I told you not to do it because I knew when they gave us Melissa scene that she's cheating with Mike. I told the audience not to trust it, not to applaud her, because they're going to do the same to you. And look what they did. As soon as I could have said it out of my mouth, look what they did to you a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so after. They did that to you. So we can't blame anyone but ourselves for our mistake. But at the end of the day, we're just gearing up ourselves for you to take your loss, if they write it that way. So if you end up losing your bag, we can't blame anybody but you. And if you do win your bag, then we know that it was meant to be. But you know, honestly, Amber, I don't mind if you actually divorce Anthony and you're with Ben for a bit. Not Ben, you're with Dave for a bit. And Anthony's with Denisha because Anthony's romancing Denisha, by the way. I'm just telling you for Sharon Review channel. Anthony is courting another woman and she's single. She have a son. And he is smiling like a schoolboy and he sent her flowers. And he says he's pouring into her. He never poured into you. I've never seen Anthony says he's pouring into you. Even when he was dating you. And when you remember when you have your play and he did not go to the play, yep, Anthony been dropping the ball a very long time, Amber. We noticed it, but I guess a lot of people didn't. I have been not talking to him for years. But you know what? Where went wrong, You dropped the ball when you let him back in. You were doing so great. You should have divorced him, have all that money, and you could buy yourself a rose. And then look what happened. And then here comes Dave. But nothing never happened before a shower or rain, right? But then again, with all that jokes aside, I realized that you and Anthony, if the writer does it the right way, says God has a plan. I am trusting that, Amber, that you and Anthony, things will work out for the best when you and Anthony goes to God. I do not know how they're gonna spin it because the writers are doing so much damage with your and Anthony relationship. But you know what? I'm still trusting God that writers spend with the skitland God. I'm trusting the skitland God, not the real mighty God. Because with the real mighty God, anything is possible. So we are looking to see if the skitland God will actually let you and Anthony comes out a winner at the end of the tunnel. I'd like you guys take on it, guys. I'd love you guys to subscribe and also comment. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye for now. From Sharon _Review. I'll catch you on the next upload. Ta-ta.